Hey, what's going on? I'm Rory, and welcome back. Today I'm talking about The Bad Batch, episode 14. Last episode took like a full-on turn for the worse, bro. I was looking at it, I was like, why on earth is a flipping story about a tsunami, bro? They could have shortened this down to 5 minutes for another episode, like literally. That's literally what the episode felt like. But episode 14 actually felt like kind of like a carry-on from the previous episodes and kind of some stories going on. Crosshair was in it. Pretty much every episode, Crosshair's been pretty decent. This episode's been the worst episode with Crosshair in, but there was some things that were cool about it, some things that were just like, I didn't really like, but that's mainly to do with the main Bad Batch group anyway, so it's like, it's kind of expected with Omega. So I think the coolest part of the whole episode is to do with the actual like clones and where they go if they're like going against the Empire to some degree, and it gets mentioned like later on, but it's also mentioned earlier on, and you see that new clone flipping like Fireball, bro. He looks cool as hell. I don't think I've seen him in anything, but he's so cool, bro. And he's hanging out with Echo and them, and they go and attack the ship to free some prisoners. Howes is on there. Howser, what legend. And then they basically just free them, get some information because they want to find out where the ship's going. The guys on that ship are like trying to take away the information, and it was just a cool little side plot of like Echo, and basically Echo's on this mission to try and rescue like all his other clones. I think it's a pretty cool story, to be fair. He's not really left the Bad Batch. He does see the Bad Batch in the episode as well, but I do like the side plot of Echo, and I do think it actually makes his character a lot more useful and meaningful to his like actual kind of reason why he's actually alive. He's got some purpose basically. Anyway, and then we see the Bad Batch, and what I'm talking about, the Bad Batch, bro. Literally the most boringest part of the show. Get back to Crosshair, go back to Echo now. Those two characters are the characters I want to see a lot more, rather than Bad Batch chilling out in some random place. Like, we go back to them, and they're kind of they're basically Echo wants to go speak to them because he's got this information that needs to be like decoded or something, and that's the whole plot that's going on there with like the Bad Batch. So there's a few things. For some reason, Wrecker is like fishing now. He's a flipping fisherman. Literally, after the whole part of the Bad Batch, the actual main group of the Bad Batch, their story has just been flipping abandoned to some degree. It feels so garbage. But anyway, we do actually have Crosshair, who's kind of getting interrogated. They're asking him, where the Bad Batch are so he can get his freedom, and then he's being tortured at the same time, and then it kind of just plays on that. He tries to escape, and then he goes back. He's like, bro, this guy, he's just too tired. He can't even escape or anything. So it's kind of cool to see Crosshair not being like totally OP. But yeah, like there was kind of that part of Crosshair, and that's basically all you see him for in this episode. Oh shoot, I actually forgot about the whole Omega flying, like learning how to fly with like tech in the ship. That's the whole reason why the Bad Batch are pretty much shown in this episode, other than the fact that Echo's also got to go back. Mate, literally everything to do with Omega in the show is so bad, man. It's so boring. Like, it's funny how tech is like, you're getting better at flying and whatever, even though it kind of looks like she's already a pro. She's just going very fast, and then Tech's like, oh yeah, I'm flipping dizzy or whatever when he gets out of the ship. It's like, bro, the only way you can see that Omega's doing bad is if Tech goes, oh yeah, I'm, being a bit dizzy or whatever. It's like, bro, she looks like she's perfectly flying the ship. Like, it's so, oh mate, it's so bad. And there's a few little kind of like jokes between them or whatever, like, oh, this is the tech special or something, or the tech turn, or bro, it's so it's anyway, it's something, right? There's that segment. It's just like, oh really? Echo actually does find out from the information with like tech's help and everything that there's this group that are taking, the group of the Empire that are taking these clones to some random planet. I think it's mentioned it's Balmora, which is pretty cool. It's like in Star Wars: The Republic, and I think that was from the Empire side earlier on. I don't know, or Balmora was mentioned, and it's just as a cool little mention. Then again, it's probably just, bro, I'm buying the fan service anyway. And then we have some more information that basically the clones are going to this random planet, and the person who is in charge of the whole kind of thing is this like scientist who you see kind of interrogate Crosshair. And this scientist is like, he does experiments. That's what he was like kind of taken out of the science group in the actual Republic, because his experiments were like unorthodox. So basically was hinting towards the clones are getting experimented on, the ones that aren't actually like obeying the Empire. So I thought that was a pretty cool plot actually, and I like that. The Bad Batch actually find out that Crosshair is on that ship, and they're like, wait, Crosshair flipping, like, bro, he betrayed the Empire? Like, what side is he on, bro? It's like, I don't know, that's kind of cool. I don't think he genuinely, I think the thing is with Crosshair, I think he likes the idea of the Empire, but he's kind of realising they're pretty flipping trash, like, even to his own, like, kind of kind to some degree, the clones themselves. So it's very interesting to see Crosshair. He's not very much good or bad. He's very much like, I don't know, he's just a cool character. That's why Crosshair's stories, his episode's pretty cool, all the moments that focus on him. So that was basically the episode. I do actually get the feeling that the whole overarching plot of the episode is just going to be, or the series of this season, is going to be that Crosshair actually does get back with the Bad Batch after the Bad Batch rescue him from this like experimental scientist or whatever. So like I think it kind of, then again I can't say it's predictable, because I also wouldn't be surprised if Crosshair doesn't join the Bad Batch and something else happen. I don't know. It's very weird how the season's going to go. There's a bit of mystery there, and that's what I like. That's actually kind of, I think, proves some sort of like, not good writing, but it's, I don't know, a bit more unique. But also the whole thing with I guess the show in itself is like, it's been all over the place so far this season 2. However, this episode was like kind of a big resemblance of some of the good episodes and some of the bad episodes. The whole stuff with the main Bad Batch, utter garbage, right? Just like really boring. And then, or just filler, or just like, then again, I said I don't mind the filler, as long as the filler's flipping good, other than, you know, I think Omega, as I said, brings it down. But this episode had the worst of the Bad Batch, and then also some of the best of the Bad Batch. It's like, the Crosshair moments are cool. This whole new stuff with the clones is pretty cool. I like this stuff. The clones like trying to help the other clones and whatever. It's pretty cool. Don't know why I said there's Choo Cheese in this show. Like, just chuck her in there. Just a random van service. But there's a lot to I don't know, look at here. And I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I kind of am to some degree. It's like the only show that kind of I actually put on in the background. I don't watch too much TV anyway, but I'll definitely watch this over The Mandalorian any day. I watched the beginning of The Mandalorian, the newest episode. I think it's episode 3 or 4 now, is it? I think it's episode 4, yeah, episode 4. And, bruh, all I saw was Grogu doing flips and shooting these darts at some, like, Mandalorian kid, and I was like, oh, mate. Oh god, I'm going to have to watch this eventually, so I'll probably make a video on that on the weekend. But mate, this is like, yeah, I'd rather watch The Bad Batch than The Mandalorian, that's all I'm saying. But that's all for today's video. You know, if you did enjoy, subscribe and like, and yeah, stay tuned. As said, Mando episode 4 review, probably going to get out this weekend, and yeah, I don't know, tell me your thoughts on this episode in a bit.